Hello everyone, welcome back to another wonderful session on SQL. So in this video, we are going to talk about different data types that we use in SQL. There are three majorly data types that we use in SQL are number one numeric, number two a string or text, and number three date and time. So let's get started into deep.
So first we will talk about the definition of data type. So data type is nothing but it is like a container of the data. So if we take real world example and you will go into your kitchen, okay, then you will saw different kind of objects are in different kind of containers. So let's say you have sugar, then it will be into a jar. If you have a gas cylinder or gas, then it that will be in the cylinder. Okay, so different kind of object cannot be stored in a similar container, so that we need different kind of containers to store those objects. Okay, similarly these things are also applied in the MySQL or any other programming language also. Okay, so if we talk about different kind of data types in the SQL, majorly there are three types. Majorly there are three types. Number one is numeric type. Number two, if we get this is a string or text type. And number three, this is majorly used as date time type. Okay, so there are three major data types we use majorly in SQL. So in the numeric part, we use mainly use we integer or int and float. So integer is used to define integer value, and float or double is used to define decimal value. So we will see into details when we will do practice while creating tables or creating procedure in the further videos. So now if we move towards the string type, so in the string type we have a variable called char, and n denotes the number of characters it can hold maximum. Then another variable varchar, and also it has uh, n numbers. Similarly, if we have a large text, then text type is also used. So these are the types we will use in the string type. Okay, and in date time we have many like date time or time or timestamp. We will see all these in details while we create our table and when we create the procedure. Okay, fine. So further moving, now we will talk about numeric data type. So as name suggests, numeric data types will contain numbers like 1, 0, 2.5, 2.78, 100.008, -3, -3.5, like these numbers. Okay, so in the numeric type, first there is important data type called int data type. So in int data type, we can store integer values. Okay, so in integer value like -1, -2, -5, 0, 1, 2, like these number we can store inside int. And there is also a if we only want to store only positive value, that means integer without any sign. That means here we have also negative number and positive number including 0. And if we want to only store integers without sign, so we can use unsigned int. Unsigned int. So this will allow us to store more numbers, as it has no foundation to store negative value. So it can store numbers from 0, 1, 2 and so on, like this. Okay, so moving further, we have another data type in numeric, are decimal, double or float. These can store decimal kind of value like 2.34, 1.789, like these numbers. Okay, so what S and D denotes here? So S denotes the size of the number, size of number, and D denotes digits after the decimal. Okay, digits after the decimal or number of digits after the decimal. For example, if we declare float 10 comma 2, so it can store digits of maximum length 10 and which must have two digits after the decimal. So it can store 234.56, 12345.6.78, like these numbers. So here length is 8 and after decimal two digits are coming. Okay, so now we will talk about a string data type. So a string data types are those data types which we will use maximum number of time in the SQL. Okay, so first in the string data type there is called char. So char n denotes that it can store a characters of maximum length n. So if we define any variable with char of 5, let's say, so it can store characters not more than 5. Okay, so let's say it store a b c d e. Okay, but if we give only a b c, so two more vacant spaces will be occupied by a space character. Okay, so two more vacant will be occupied by a spaces, one space here and second space here. So total it takes 5 characters always. But in the case of varchar, if we denote varchar of 5 and we give a b c d e, here also we cannot give characters more than 5 length. Okay, but when we give ABC, so it can only store ABC. No two extra vacant spaces will be occupied by any characters. Like in Karen, it was occupied by spaces, but not here. So be cautious while comparing these values and inserting these values. So always try to use varchar, and char is very less used when you are very sure that these number of characters will be in our table. So only use those times, like when you specify like gender and it has only one character like male, female or others. So in this scenario you can use Karen. But Mostly we use varchar. So moving forward, uh, the next type is text or blob. So text or blob is used to store large text file. Large text file. Uh, in my practice, I have never used these two. So whenever it will come at any point in our further discussion, we will discuss these things there. Okay. And last, the last type of string type is enum. So enum can store list of strings. Okay, list of strings like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. These kind of value. For example, let's say you want to store a number of children, all the names of children of anyone. Okay, so let's say a person named X, he has three children. So you can store this using enum. A, B, C, like this. So here, to store a list of strings, you need to declare that as enum. So what is this? A list of string, and this is known as enum. Okay. At last, we will discuss date and time types. Okay. So in date and time types, the first type is date type. So in date type, we can store date in the format of YYYY, which denotes year, MM, and DD. So in this format, we can store date. Moving forward, we will have time type. Okay, so in time, we can store time in the format of HH, MM, and SS. So here HH denotes hour, MM denotes minute, and SS denotes second. Okay, so we can store here like 20, 10, 25. That means at 20 hour, 10 minutes, and 25 seconds. Moving forward, we can have date time type. So it is the combination of above two. So it will store the data in the form of YYYY dash MM dash DD, then a space, and HH, MM, and SS. So date time is the combination of date and time. Next is timestamp. So difference between timestamp and date time only is it will have not any dashes and colon and a space. So it will be in the format of YYYY, MM, DD, HH, MM, SS. So it will be in this format. So this is H and this is M. So it can store like 2020, 12, 30, and hour 20, minute 20, and second 25. Like this, this will store data. Okay. So generally, timestamps are system generated thing. So like these data types are used when say we place an order. So it will capture the timestamp or date time or time from the system. Okay. And in the year it is only of YYYY type. That means it can store 2012, 2022, 2025, etc. These kinds of value. So thank you for watching this video, and from the further videos we will do practice, and in the next video we will learn how to create a table. Thank you.